Aloha, Keoki here again, and I'd like to start with you and introduce to you my fourth original Hawaiian bandana design, Nale. Now, Nale, or the lei, are symbols of love, spiritual gifts, and friendship. Hawaiian leis mark an important event in someone's life and are symbolic of the circle of family. In early Hawaiian history, leis were made from a variety of resources from the land and sea. Leis made from seashells to fragrant flowers have religious and mythological associations. Today, the lei is given and worn for love, respect, and honor, or to adorn oneself. Nale is dedicated to my mother. It is in memory of her that I started Ku Designs. She was born and raised in Kealakekua, Kona, Hawaii, of Visayan descent from the Philippines. In her early years, the family moved or traveled to other parts of the Big Island, Molokai, then Maui, and eventually the family settled in Oahu. My parents, Maolis or native Hawaiians, and other ethnic families of her generation that migrated and settled in the Hawaiian Islands shared a special aloha wherever they traveled. And so to my parents and their generation, Nale is a memory of their aloha. Nale is dedicated to the caretakers and the harvesters of vegetables, fruits, flowers, grains, the resources of the ocean, land, and forests, especially the caretakers, craft workers, hula dancers, and Hawaiian quilt makers. Early Hawaiians lived off the resources of the sea and land. In early Hawaiian culture and religious practices, all life's day-to-day routine gave thanks for offering to their gods for the bounty, the battles, and at times during the famine of the people. As they flourished, the Hawaiian people created a sustainable system called kapu, as not to overuse a resource. Today's harvesters and caretakers, craft workers, and hula dancers continue to work in unison with the land to preserve and give thanks to its resources. The reason I reflect on the hula dancers is their storytelling history in their chants and song of old Hawaii and today. Their graceful movements only found in Hawaii. Their performances and competitions reach out to a wide range of audiences that introduces people to the Hawaiian culture. Also, the Hawaiian quilt makers for its modern craft that helped me lay down the foundation of my designs. It is in Kauai I met two local Hawaiian quilters that inspired me and led to the inception of Ku Designs. Nale is inspired by the Hawaiian god Lono. Lono is most associated with rain, abundant crops, or escape from sickness and trouble. Lono is also associated with rainbows. It is believed Lono liked to descend from the heavens on a rainbow, and he also enjoyed surfing. But most associated with Lono is Makayiki, a festival that lasts from October to February, also known as the rainy seasons. The rains are said to be Lono's tears. The outer lei pattern, consisting of kukui nut, wili wili nut, and the maili itself, were chosen for my admiration of these plants and tradition of old Hawaii. I remember one season helping my mother string leis when she worked for a small shop in Kalihi that let me string kukui leis because they were simple to make for a 5-year-old. In old Hawaii, the kukui nut and tree was used for a variety of purposes. The Hawaiians had many applications for all parts of the tree. They used it for making fires, food, canoes, medicines as a laxative, fish bait, fish floats, dyes, and adhesive, used it for tattoos, kapa, and oil for lamps. The wili wili tree and the nuts itself, endemic to Hawaii, the red seeds and the various colored flowers are prized for lei making. The soft light wood of the wili wili tree was traditionally used to make surfboards, fishnet floats, and outriggers for canoes. The maili here can be found in various forest conditions. Maili has a long tradition in Hawaiian history, strung together to form a lei. Its leaves and vanilla scented flower was used to scent traditional kapa cloth or lahala sleeping mats, and it was used medicinally for chiefs. In early Hawaii, maile was a peace emblem in times of battle, or a symbol of love and courtship. Maile is found in Hawaiian mythology and is said when walking the forest and a wisp of maile scent when none is around, it is because you are at an ancient heiau or sacred place. Today, the maile lei is a symbol that tells others that today is a very special and significant event. The inner design here represents Hawaii today, inspired by the Hawaiian quilt and the foundation of my designs. This distinct quilting style uses large radial symmetric patterns. The Hawaiian quilting derives from kapa moe, an indigenous bed cover textile. Modern Hawaiian quilting began with the arrival of missionaries and Western fabrics. Today, Hawaiian quilts may be valued from 9,000 to 60,000, especially the high-quality flag quilts made during the overthrow of the monarchy. Quilts bearing symbols made during the overthrow were a form of silent resistance. Today, Hawaiian quilting draws inspiration from the natural beauty of the islands, the use of curved lines, and plant motif creating interesting patterns. Within this design is a gecko or mo'o, the protector of Nale and the wearer of Nale. Geckos made their way to the Hawaiian islands as stowaware, flotsam drifting from distant islands. Found throughout the Pacific Islands, these creatures are resourceful. In old Hawaii, the gecko, the lizard, or mo'o, is one of the oldest, powerful, shape-shifting, agile spirit and protector. Mortals would not harm geckos. Mortals believe their guardian spirit, and in this case, a mo'o, that their wisdom would come through in visions and dreams. These Hawaiian guardian spirits played an intricate communication with their gods as a mediators between divine and human worlds through images, prayers, and their rituals. Many mo'o legends are mysterious, and sorcery is found throughout Hawaiian history and mythology. King Kamehameha I conquered and united the Hawaiian Islands in the name of mo'o woman, or kiha wahine. He is said to have set up a heiau, or altar in Kohala, Hawaii, with her image dressed in yellow and tapa. It is said all who passed her, whether on land or sailing canoes offshore, would prostrate in her worship. Today, geckos are looked upon as good luck. Several plants are represented in the inner quilt design here. The monstera, or monstretta, is a popular plant introduced, a woody vine popular in contemporary art and design. Also, kalo, or taro, a staple of the Hawaiian people, deeply rooted in culture. Hawaiian mythology says Papa and Wakea's first child was born deformed, like a taro root, and so they buried it in a grave. From this child's grave, the first taro plant grew to furnish food for the people. Today, kalo, or taro, still is the part of the Hawaiian culture, eaten daily, and scientists have revealed the nutritional benefits of this plant. The open-ended maile here symbolizes a blessing of unending love. The 5-petal flowers in the design represents the bigger plumeria and the smaller flower pikaki. Both flowers were introduced to the islands and have become iconic fragrances in lei making and the scents associated with Hawaii's leis. The hibiscus in the design here, especially the yellow hibiscus, represents the Hawaii state flower. Finally, the bird of paradise unmistakably appears for form, color, and beauty. Though not a native, is used widely in landscapes and art designs. Now, the meaning of Nale symbolizes the beauty and richness of the Hawaiian Islands that I grew within my life. My early childhood memories, my mother and my Hanai mother, and parents of her generation had shown me their way of aloha that influenced me to this day. Growing up later in California in the Hawaiian Islander community and later influenced my admiration for Hawaiian culture, music, and hula. As I became a professional gardener, my designs were naturally influenced by the beauty of the islands and would include tropical plants when conditions were possible. Later, Hawaiian crafts and the sports of outrigger canoe became a part of my interests and inspired me to this day. I hope you enjoyed my story of Nale. Mahalo.